Hi, and welcome to the Commissioner's Report. I'm your host, Jeff Foley, and I'm joined today by Commissioner Rick Wilson and Larry Williams, CEO and President of Peace River Center. Gentlemen, thank you for joining me today.
Hey, good to be here.
Thanks for having me.
Appreciate it. Commissioner Wilson, what are we here to talk about today? Why are we talking about mental health in the Peace River Center?
Well, I wanted to get Larry in here and talk about this and about what he does and some of the problems that we have, not only in Polk County, but as everybody's aware, there's a lot of things that go on that some people don't know about. And being what Larry has in his organization, the help that's there, that can covers from A to Z on a lot of different stuff, and we have to have it because it's growing. Our population's growing, and on top of that, then we have more problems, and you've got to address these problems, and his organization does a great job.
So Larry, I think Commissioner Wilson set the stage nicely there. What is Peace River Center? What do you do?
Yeah, sure. Peace River Center is a fully licensed and it is a fully nationally accredited organization, and we deal with mental illness and substance use disorder, and we have victim services. So we deal with everything from anxiety to bipolarness, substance use disorders. We've been around for 75 years. A lot of people don't realize how long Peace River Center's been around. And Peace River Center started for the emotional and mental well-being of children. So we're still very active with children today. And so we have 2 domestic violence shelters that Peace River Center runs, and we have over 20 programs and 30 evidence-based practices within those programs. So we, as the Commissioner said, we cover a gamut of services.
And how many Polk County residents would you say Peace River Center helps annually?
So Peace River Center, as I said, has been here for over 75 years, and we are we represent the Tri-County area, so Polk, Highlands, and Hardee. About 85% of our work is in Polk County, and in fiscal year 23, we saw just under 28,000 clients. Previous year was 23,000, just over 23,000 clients. So as the Commissioner said about population increase, so do our clients by about 20% in just 12 months. So we've had a 20% increase in our clients. Out of our Lakeland office, our outpatient office, which includes outpatient for mental illness and substance use, we see over 200 clients a day, and that's on a weekly or monthly basis.
So that's 200 people per day that if they're suffering from mental illness or substance abuse issues, they're coming to you for help.
Absolutely.
From your organization.
Yes, sir, absolutely. They can even call our crisis line, 863-519-3744. We run a 24-hour, 360-day-a-week hotline that for people that are in crisis that need somebody to talk to.
Now, Commissioner Wilson, obviously we do this show regularly because the commissioners are involved in making sure the county is safe and that people have the help they need. What is the county's role in Peace River Center?
Well, funding, support. It's something that we need to do, and there's basically probably very few people that I know that something hasn't affected them in this day and time, and that's where it really comes into play at. We support, Peace River Center. We have for years, and we'll do anything that we can to make it a better situation for the people of this county.
And Larry, I think you said 28,000 people annually is what you assist. What does the budget look like on a year-to-year basis?
So, well, from 22 to 23, it's grown quite a bit. Right now, we sit at about a $38 million budget with over 400 employees that serve those 28,000 people. And those are 28,000 individual people. As I said, some of them are coming on a weekly or monthly basis. Some of them are coming on a quarterly or biannual basis to have their medications checked and to continue on their medications because they have to see the psychiatrist or the mental health professional, the APRN that's dealing with their meds management. So,
in some of these areas, people have to ask for help, and what we want to see, and the Peace River Center does such a great job, just like Larry just said. I mean, we got the hotlines. If they ask for help, it will be there, but that's the big thing, and having something that they can go to and get help and try to get out of whatever situation that they're in, if it's drugs related, alcohol, or mental. And, you know, and it's the right thing to do.
And so our 5 commissioners are obviously committed to making sure that happens by making sure the funds are there to provide those services each year. And Larry, interesting, you've seen it from the other side of things. So the people that you're helping now, you spent 34 years in law enforcement with the Polk County Sheriff's Office.
Yes, sir.
How did that prepare you for what you do now as president and CEO of Peace River Center?
You know, I've been at the Sheriff's Office for 34 years. 17 of those years were in senior and executive management. You know, I've had the opportunity, I have a master's degree with a double major, and I have been to 3 leadership schools, complements of the Sheriff's Office in the county. But what I would say is my greatest relationship with Peace River Center is I've been on the streets. I've seen exactly what mental illness and substance use disorder are doing to individuals. And you take that a step further, it's not just individuals, it's their families. And how does it affect their families? And then take it a step further, how does it affect our community as a whole? I've seen that, I've been on the streets. You know, I was a cop's cop, so I've been there, done that. And to see, when I was looking to figure out what I was going to do next after the Sheriff's Office, Peace River Center just seemed to be fit like a glove on a hand. It just seemed to go right with what I had been doing. I started law enforcement at age 19 to help our community, and I continue to help our community through the services at Peace River Center.
So looking down the road, what do you anticipate yourself coming to the board and saying, hey, this is next on the radar, we need to be prepared for this? What are the challenges that you see coming up?
You know, as a not-for-profit organization, I think our challenges are the same as the county's challenges, or the same as private industry. You know, it's staffing and funding. You know, how do we generate that funding with services and products costing 30 to 50% more? How do we keep up with generating the revenue to pay the employees? That hits us just like it hits the county organizations, just like it hits private industry. And then how do we retain those folks, right? How do we create that work environment to retain those folks at Peace River Center, as opposed to you know, one of the other providers in the area? So that's our main focus, is funding and staffing for the future.
Awesome. If people want help, or if they want more information on Peace River Center, how can they go about getting that?
Sure. If they need more information, if they're in crisis, if a family member is in crisis, please call our hotline. It's 863-519-3744.
Okay. Gentlemen, anything you'd like to add to the conversation before we wrap up?
No, I think I'm good. But I want to thank Larry and his organization, Peace River Center, for what they do. I mean, it's very important to this county and the people of this county.
Well, Commissioner, thank you for having me here, and thanks for being a great partner. Y'all have had the foresight to think of half-cent sales tax that funds a lot of the indigent health care, all the way to creating the Polk Health Plan. So thank you for being a great partner.
Commissioner Wilson, Larry, thank you for joining me. Appreciate it. That's it for this episode of the Commissioner's Report. I'm your host, Jeff Foley, and we'll see you again next time. Thank you for watching. Please make sure to subscribe and like our social media.